Okay, I've been on holiday. We went away for a week. Stayed at a caravan by the seaside, and yeah, it was very good. It was a good time. Obviously, one of the days, I think it was the Tuesday, I put in a video of me feeling really depressed, really shit. Marie's really down at the moment because of the fact that all this stuff dealing with our daughter having diabetes is really difficult. And Marie feels a little bit nowhere with, as she has a brother and that's it. Her mum's not right. Her dad and her stepdad are dead. Her sister is, one of them's not very nice, and the other one, she's a witness and obviously don't speak to us now. So she's feeling very alone. And the only family she's got really is like my family, but it's not quite the same as having your own, if they're all in-laws. So let's get into her. I'm just knackered. Need to have a wash and shave, tidy the house up. And we're going to have a takeaway tonight, so I don't have to cook, which is good, and that'll be the end of the holiday. Kids have had a good time. It's been nice having a week away from where we live to keep our minds off what's happened with the congregation. Yeah, that's it really. I don't know what else to say, but thank you for all your comments and stuff like that. We're just trying to get on. Marie's doing her yoga classes now, which helps her a bit. She's doing a run for charity. She's doing a run for Diabetes UK to get some money, which she's raised over £100 now, so that's good. She's got to run so many miles. I think she's got to run 5.5 miles more. And obviously she's got fibromyalgia and all these other things. And she had an operation last year. She's still playing up a bit. She's doing that. Yeah, and it's just I feel like I've left the truth and I'm more myself and could do what I want when I want without guilt. That's nice. And it's hard not to think about every now and then, just it pops into your mind, the shit that happened to us and how basically they have made us feel like really bad. It's all like acting like we're the wrong ones, but we did bugger all wrong. We did nothing wrong. We was a good family in what they call the truth. We were a good family, and with 4 kids, it was bloody hard. For 10 years, it's been bloody hard with 4 kids. 2 in a buggy, strapping into car seats, in and out for ministry. All we did, the stress of everything we've ever done. All the good things we've done. And what do you get for it? You get a paedophile move in, and basically you're cast out for a fucking paedophile. Sod Jehovah's Witnesses. They're disgusting. And someone put a post on a Facebook page on a group about and it was to a website, a news media website or something, about talking about how Jehovah's Witnesses are being persecuted in Russia and how bad it is. Well, little do they know what shit the organisation's getting up to, what they're doing. They're brainwashing people. It's just a load of rubbish, a load of lies to keep people trapped. It's just wrong. It's just so wrong. And the funny thing is, my sister-in-law, who's actually stopped talking to us, it's really pissed me off, that has. Really has pissed me off. I don't blame her, because it's my brainwashing and stuff. But Marie's sister, the other sister, we had nothing to do with her because she was horrible. And when we became witnesses, it was a good excuse for us to say, right, okay, we can't have nothing to do with her because she's a witness. But we didn't want nothing to do with her before that. She's a horrible, horrible, horrible person. And her husband, real nasty piece of work. And the stuff she's told us about her husband is just like diabolical. And then to think her sister still had something to do with the other sister. Her other sister was baptised at 16, yeah, and then got pregnant and just sort of left because she weren't disfellowshipped or disassociated. That was it. But her sister said, well, she was too young. She didn't know what she was doing, so I can still talk to her. And I'm like, well, in the eyes of Jehovah, she was a sister and now she's not. So that was her excuse. But it weren't just that. It was just she was a horrible person. And we still ain't going to have nothing to do with her. Same with Marie's mum. You know, even I've tried to encourage Marie and just take a risk on her mum, but she's saying no way. No, and I think it is the best idea. Just keep her mum away from the kids because of her influence, because she's really, really bad. So yeah, it's just, you just feel like a good person. You've come out, you've done nothing wrong, and then there's all these people, and sod them, and we just get on with it. But it does really still just niggles me and pees me off. I'm coming off the depression tablets. They're coming off. Hopefully I can get off the damn things. I don't want them no more. I just want to get on with my life and get on. But I feel I have lost a lot of time. I've lost a lot of time. I was 23, I think, when I first started studying. I'm 34 now. I feel like I've lost a lot of time, really. I've learnt a lot, you know. I've carried on, but there's certain experiences that, you know, I think, what have I missed? What other experiences would I have gained? You know, little stories to tell. You know, I went to an Irish music session, and played mandolin at this Irish music session, and I bought it and played it, learnt a few songs on it and that, and rigs and jills and whatever. Rigs and jills, jigs and reels. Went down there, told them what I knew, and then they put three together, and then you'd play a little session, and you'd go on to another, and it was good fun. I took my Bowran drum, which I could play well. I had a go on the banjo, couldn't really play the guitar, which is my instrument, but I was good at the mandolin because it's just lead guitar, really. You know, these things, it was good fun. You know, it's an experience. You know, I played an Irish music session in the pub. It was good. People dancing and I was sitting there playing. It was an experience. It was really nice. There was bad points to it, obviously, as well, but it was an experience. And I think when I was a witness, all that stops, you know. All these little stories you tell, and, you know, you avoid your family who are in the world a bit more because they might start swearing in the pubs, or, you know, they don't want to feel bad. But do you know what? I liked being on holiday this week. Nobody knew who I was, really. Well, although I didn't tell Marie because I didn't want her to think of it, but I saw a couple of witnesses parked from the car looking at the sea. And I think they saw us, and I think they knew, and they didn't say anything, so that was fine. Brainwashed. It's just horrible as well to see that, you know, they mean well, but they're just so far gone. It's despicable. It's despicable. It would be nice if they just woke up, just like we did, you know. There comes a point when if a society does something that bad to you, it's just like, now this is it, it's done. You've done too much, you know. You just do not protect a paedophile. You do not do it. And then I came out and the information control stops, and you find out, hey, you know what? Shit, there's videos of the governing body, and they're saying this stuff on video, on the internet. For a fact, we know it's real. It's not been edited or anything like that. This is real stuff. They're covering up they're keeping records of paedophiles away from the governments to protect their little poxy organisation that I hope will crumble and fall to the damn ground like it is in Russia, and they get persecuted. It's horrible. I was reading about our brother who went to prison for not because he didn't want to take part in military service, and then just because one magazine was released by the Watchtower saying that you can actually join the military as long as you do this, as long as you like work in the kitchens or you're a medic or something like that, and that was it. And then he came out of prison. I'm thinking, he's lost so many years of his life just because of fucking a few men who think they're chosen by God. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. I hate it. I absolutely hate it with a vengeance. It's such an intricate web of lies that they've weaved inside your brain, and you've got to try and get it all out. And just when you think you're getting clear, something else kicks in or comes back to sort of haunt you, as it were. But yeah, a lot of you experienced it. I thought I'd do this video because I've been on holiday and I don't know Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi was crap, mobile data was rubbish. Could hardly make phone calls. We had a good time. But we feel like we're in a bit of a rut. And this coronavirus thing is not helping. I think the coronavirus is helping people to wake up. It's breaking that that mind control from the organisation. It's breaking that, and people are coming out of it. As far as I can see, a lot of people are coming and saying, "Oh, I left because of coronavirus, blah, 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 or lockdown, or whatever you want to call it." And it's still not easy. Although we've left, so we've actually left. Daughter's got diabetes. You're worried about her going into a hypo, coma, dying. You're carrying all her food, injecting her every time she's having food. You know, you can't get into a dentist for my cracked tooth from depression. Everything's full up. You're having to travel a long way to the hospital if I have to take her in. It's just such a big thing, this diabetes. Then you're treated like shit from these apparently godly people who are like Jesus and have actually absolutely no true love in their hearts, which is so obvious that they just looked in a mirror, you know, and it's not cool. They treat us like that. We decide enough's enough. That's too much stress. And I was ill. I was really ill through the stress of it all. Really bad. Really, really bad. Lost out work and family time and everything. I was not well. Had an ambulance out twice. Through gastritis, depression. Maria had an operation. She's still recovering from that. You know, all this stuff going on. The congregation could at least, if they were the real one, they would have stuck by us, helped us out, and at least let us be on the link and part of the family and all that. No, we were fucking pushed aside, cast out, and now we're just sort of locked in to this 6-person rule, and there's 6 people in our family already, so it doesn't help. So thanks, Boris Johnson, for that. You know, that's just a great rule that doesn't absolutely make sense in any way whatsoever. It's stupid. And yeah, so yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm just frustrated, very frustrated. But what can I really complain about? I got a roof over my head. I've got 4 kids that are all right. I've got a good wife. But things are getting stressful. It's getting on top of us. And just a bit of a break would be nice. I mean, the holiday is stressful because it's all for the kids. So, you know, me and Maria it's not a break for me and Maria. It's more stress. And I don't actually like holidays because of that reason. It's nice to go and experience it and get away, I suppose. But you can't beat the comfort of your own home. And that's it, really. I've just got some lettuce, some fresh lettuce. So the poor old hamster can have some fresh lettuce and get in his little hamster ball and have a run around. And the cat's just had some wet food, as I call it, some meat with some gravy. He just licked all the gravy off it, a little bit of the meat, and then he buggered off down the bottom of the garden. So yeah, that's it. Ready for takeaway. Marie's in bed all curled up because she's got travel sickness. She's feeling really rough after the ride back, which isn't far, to be honest. It's only like an hour. But it's been a long day. That's it, really. I think the one thing that will help us get better and deal with all this leaving the organisation would be to stop all this lockdown and stop all the stress from that. Because the kids ain't got no friends. My oldest daughter's got a friend, but they've lost all their friends, and which they would have been able to see by now. But they can't go to clubs or anything. There's a wildlife group in the area coming down end of October that we're hoping to hell to get into, so they can try and make some nice friends. I mean, you'd expect kids who are into wildlife to be quite nice, but you never know. Sometimes it can be horrible, and horrible kids everywhere, and there's good kids everywhere. To be honest, with the hairdresser come round, her name's Crystal, and her daughter's name's Sapphire, and Rosie's like a bit gothy. Like, she's into witch stuff. She calls herself a green witch, dyed her hair green. And basically, it's really good that the hairdresser said, Marie told her while she was getting her hair dyed that what was going on, us leaving and that. And she just felt sorry for Marie, I suppose. But they got on really well, and she, of course, said, your daughter should meet my daughter. And Marie said, well, I don't know, because my daughter's she meet Rosie, you might not get on. And she said, don't matter, it's just different clothes, isn't it? So Rosie went around there. Rosie thought the girl was a little bit shy and that, and maybe off, she didn't know, couldn't read it. And then she went around there again, and bang, they got like a house on fire. Text. They get on really well, they're into the same things. Rosie's got a bit of freedom. I'm letting her to walk to the shops now with a friend, and now she wants to venture out into town, so we'll see about that. But yeah, it's good. Hopefully I can try and see some of my family, see some of my cousins. I've got a lot of cousins, and they're all got children and stuff, and we were close growing up, so hopefully we can go and see them, and just it'd be nice for the kids to get some mates. We made some friends with some people we know, but it seems that it didn't work, Some people are too much with their kids. They're too polite, too nice, and you think, and they're not happy with your kids. Like my little girls, Chloe and Lizzie, they're nice as pie, but they like talking about bogies and snot, and they like having a laugh. They're down to earth or whatever. And other kids are like that. Oh, you can't play with them because they're talking about bogies and snot. And I was like, well, I don't want to fucking have anything to do with you anyway. You're a bit, as Billy Connolly would call it, they're a bit beige. That kind of beige people. And I understand where Billy Connolly's come from. They're boring fucking people. And since we left the truth as the lie, since we left that, we've I'm mental with colour in the living room. Absolutely mental with colour. I've just bought loads of tapestry, colourful tapestry, and blasted the living room. It looks like a paintball's gone off. Paint bomb's gone off in there. All different colours, all over the place, like tie-dye stuff and crazy stuff everywhere. Hindu symbols, stuff like that. And I'm going for a bit of a skull phase, and it's all good. And hopefully I'll be getting a tattoo, my first tattoo. Marie's got loads of tattoos. She got one before she got baptised, but I might get a tattoo actually. I'm thinking about getting a skull, like a human skull face on my arm, and I would like a crow with its wings open somewhere as well. So yeah, it'd be cool. And I've actually designed a tattoo for Marie, because she's actually got a band's name on her leg, and it's from back in the day. She was drunk in a pub, and a guy had a tattoo gun, and they tattooed her leg in the toilets, and they was all pissed up and stuff. I don't know if it was in a lockdown in a pub, in a lock-in. But yeah, so she's don't like to tattoo on her leg, so I've sort of designed over it with a pen, coloured it in, and weaved stuff in between the letters, make it look all smart. Because she's got something, but what the band is, I won't say what it is. But I'm weaving like ivy, like rose stem type thing, like bramble in between, and put hooks on it, so it doesn't look like it's been covered. It looked like a good tattoo, and she's having the word dad on it because her dad was like really old when he died. So this is another thing that we went through. Marie's dad was actually, it was a hit and run on a zebra crossing, and the guy only got caught because he caused that much damage to his car that he broke down. The guy was caught in possession of cocaine. He had a small baby in the front. He got away with it, although a year before he'd actually flipped a car over off the road and down a hill, and he refused to do a breathalyzer test, and that was because obviously he was drunk. The judge wouldn't take that into account because it was a separate case. The guy got away with it, a couple £100 and a bit of community service for a week, I think. Took Marie's dad's life. We had to go down to hospital, see him with a hole in the back of his head. Marie was mopping the blood till it clot and wouldn't stop bleeding anymore. Said our goodbyes to him. Turned off the life support machine. He kept going for a while. They said he could go for a few hours. We didn't know. We decided to leave. While we were downstairs in the cafeteria, he stopped breathing. It just died. So she lost him, and that was... I hated that. I absolutely hated that because I really wanted to see him. I loved the bloke, and I really wanted to see him. He was an absolute diamond of a bloke. You know, one of these blokes where he told me when I was younger, about 7 years old, he was in London digging and helping dig the houses up and stuff after they've been bombed. He was helping clearing up when he was 7 years old, and he's always been a hard worker. Diamond of a bloke. Absolute, honestly, one of the best men I've ever met, and he died. And it was like a punch in the gut because basically we hadn't seen him because we were worried about him saying, talk to your mum, and the religious thing. You know, there was a little bit of a rift there with the Jehovah's Witness thing, although he didn't quite understand why we did certain things. And so yeah, time was lost. So just goes to show what shunning and the organisation do to people. You know, they take time off you, precious time that you'll never get back. And hopefully maybe there is some way, some afterlife. No one knows 100% what's going to happen. It never makes sense to me that we live, we die, and that's it. It just does not make sense to me. There must be something, surely. Otherwise, what is the point? Don't tell me it's experience of life, because life can be really shit. Especially when you're a fucking, like, a baby and you're born with cancer and stuff like that. Don't tell me it's just for experience. It's horrible. You make the most of it, yeah, it's good, and there are good parts in life, but it's a struggle. Life is a struggle. And I mean, you hit the age of mid-30s and stuff starts going wrong with your health, and maybe even sooner. I mean, yeah, depends how you look after yourself, doesn't it, I suppose, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to get going. Hope you're all good. Thank you for your comments and links and stuff. I've been on holiday, but I will definitely look up some of the video links I've been shown. Some things to look up that I haven't looked at before, I will look them up. Not too much digging into scriptures because I still can't be bothered with all that stuff. But there we go. So yeah, I'm sure I'll probably do a video tomorrow or next day or whenever I feel like it, and you'll see me in a different mood. And that's that. So peace out, people. Hope you're all good. Thanks for your comments. And if you want to see me do anything different in my videos, maybe you could suggest, or if you want to ask me questions, I know there's a live thing you can do, but I don't know if I'll do that and do Q&As, and you could ask us questions about what we've been through or whatever the hell. Yeah, keeping busy. Got this band that I made. I learned Elder Furthark a few years ago, the Viking language, and it's really cool. Did that, got some leather. Made myself put some clasps on it. It's pretty doody. Something to do. Hope you're all fun. Hope you're keeping busy. We were struggling in the truth, not in the fucking truth. Oh man, those who are struggling after leaving that vile organisation that is the Watchtower, the Bible Students Association, or whatever the hell they call each other, for whatever reason, for whatever illegal scams they're probably pulling behind in the background, why they have different names for different parts of their religion. Anyway, it's all good. Think positive. Keep going. It's all good. one good thing is I'm not in that organisation and I haven't got the stress of worrying about going to meetings. So that is awesome. I don't have to worry about what anyone thinks about me. I can do what I want. I even actually wore this mask. I walked around in public with this mask on. I'm not going to put it on because I'm in the car. My neighbour's going to think I'm fucking mental. I had this mask on, right? And of course, you've got your mouth like that, like, and I wore this around the seaside, and it was making people laugh. Old ladies, had people waving at me from cafe, doing a peace out sign, because I suppose it looks hippie-ish, I don't know. But my dad was like really embarrassed. My brother was really embarrassed. But it made so many people laugh. You know, me people just walking down the street and they look miserable, and then all of a sudden they laugh, and I love that. That's cool. I've always liked to film Patch Adams. He always makes people smile. So spread love, spread joy, be happy, be cool. And there you go. Thanks for listening. Peace out. Bye-bye.